Oh, hi, your boy Ray. Today is December 30th, not 13th, December 30th, 2013, and welcome to the final vlog of 2013. Bam! Around the corner, it's going to be 2014. And then around that corner is going to be the April 2013 Washington State National. And then two steps to the left, around the corner behind the bathroom stall, it's going to be my 30th birthday. Damn it. Damn it. Whew. Anyways, what I want to talk about today is kind of like because it's appropriate for today. Let's talk about like the year-end review of Ray. What has Ray accomplished through 2013? Before I get into that, let's talk about the contest training really quick because it's like a slight change, slight change in training. But it's important for me to mention this because well, this is what the vlogs have encompassed to now these days. It's not. Okay, I'm gonna be video games. I'm gonna play video games these days, even though I do like to mention some of that stuff. But yeah, I think it started to focus itself on the exercise stuff, which I'm pretty fine with. I actually have focus with these vlogs now. So with training, I feel like I need to focus more on the big compound movements, the big movements that give me my strength. That they're good movements that I hope to maintain my muscle. So hope to maintain my muscle because just compound movements itself, you work in so many muscles that you wouldn't really have to care about other exercises, but you still need to care about other exercises. So my notes is running. So I would just like to add a couple more sets onto those movements. Say like my bench press, for example. Past couple weeks I've been kind of lazy with my bench press because of the vacation mindset, and this week I need to be more focused on exercise, especially now that I'm going back to work pretty soon. I just need to kind of get back in that mindset that I'm going to be burning a lot more energy. So with bench press yesterday, I kind of just sat down and really focused on the sets, and then once I was done with that set, I was going to focus on the next set. So I did like 5 working sets yesterday, and I went up to 245. And I remember last time I did 245, I had a hard time doing it for 2, but I did it for 3 fairly easy. So I could have went up to 250, but I was like, save that for another time. Save that for another time. Slow progression. Slow progression. This is kind of a big slope, but slow progression. Slow progression. So add a little bit more sets onto the big movements. A little bit less emphasis on auxiliary and assistance work because I've been putting a lot more emphasis on that. So we'll get that to it. We'll get that to it. And HIIT cardio has been working for me a lot so far, so I'm gonna do HIIT cardio a lot more over low intensity steady state, unless I feel like crap. Unless I feel like crap. Nutrition, I'm just gonna play around with different foods this week. Like I actually thought about, maybe I should try something a little bit different. So went to the grocery store, looked at, like different types of meats that I could eat, So I want to see if I can get in like different protein sources these days. Look for like calorie dense stuff because I know my fiber numbers have been down, so I need to kind of look into that a little bit more and really just kind of try something different while still maintaining my calorie deficit numbers, So and my macros, maintain my macros. Ooh, excuse me, my bad. But yeah, that's what I want to do this week. Nothing too big, nothing too fancy. So yeah. So 2013, right? 2013. So for me, 2013 was the year, or the 2013 is right now. So 2013 is the year of, me being able to get out of my comfort zone and just do something for myself for once. Because the previous years to that, I've kind of just been closet video game Ray, closet video game nerd Ray, and I haven't really been doing much other than I was getting back into exercise, but it was going nowhere. Like what am I doing with this exercise? I wanted to look better, and I got to that point, but my weight started going up afterwards. So this was like 2009 or 2008 to 2009. Weight went straight down, and then 2009 to 2012 was kind of like a slow progression of a weight gain. And even though I was getting stronger, it was just like, well, kind of going back to the old Ray, So I wanted to make a I wanted to make a difference. So around like summer 2012, I really started to think about bodybuilding more and more. The idea of bodybuilding is kind of like through one year out the other. So 2013 was that decision for me to really step into it. Even though I decided to do it, a couple months before 2013, it was just more the year represented that decision. This year represented that I actually told myself I'm gonna do this, and I stuck with that, and I stuck with that even more. Like it wasn't just that one show in April. I wanted to do another show, which was the June summer show. I wanted to do that show, and then after that show, I wanted to do something in 2014, and that show is around the corner. So this thing for me is continuing on, and like I said, it's the first time in a long time where I've actually made a decision, went through it, and in itself produced something that I didn't expect it to happen, and that I felt really proud of myself doing it. Going through college and stuff like that. It's like, okay, I'm going through college. I got my degree and stuff like that. I feel okay with that, but I feel like that's kind of like a typical thing. I felt pretty good getting out of college, but this bodybuilding thing, I didn't see myself that I could be someone like that. I didn't see myself that I could be one of those people that could stay in shape. I'm always picturing the Jay Cutler, the Phil Heaths, the Ronnie Colemans, the Sean Ray, Kai Green, and stuff like that, right? I'm picturing those type of people on stage. I'm like, shit, I'm not gonna be that big. But that's when I discovered natural bodybuilding, where I looked at those people. I'm like, they're not overly big, but it's more the like a human anatomy look to it. So I figured maybe I could do that. And then after that, I was like, I think I could do that. And then after that, it's like, you know what? I will do that. I will do that. So, and I did do that. And what transpired from that is, well, I wouldn't want to say I'm a role model, but I'm an inspiration to a lot of people right now. And it's a weird feeling to be in that position again, because growing up, I've always been someone of a leadership type position. I'm either like a class leader or some sort of captain. So I've always been like that growing up as a teenager, and getting into adulthood is kind of like, you know what, I'm doing my own thing, and I don't want to care about anybody else. But now, you know, or I don't want to get into that, but being that team leader, my juniors, they looked up to me. Other people looked up to me, like, you're a great example of what this type of person can be. What type of leader this person can be, or what type of captain, is supposed to be, right? So people looked up to me, and you know, after that, after the teenage stuff, becoming a young adult, that stuff didn't really matter. And now, a lot older, getting into the bodybuilding stuff, people are looking up to me because I'm achieving something that a lot of people have a hard time doing. I'm I'm a physical representation of what a lot of people want to be like, with their health, with their body shape. Maybe not exactly looking like me, but just fit wise, that you're there. So I get a lot of questions. I get a lot of questions. I try to answer as much as I can, either from um, family, strangers, and stuff like that. So I'm a lot more looked up to now, which is, it's not, well, it's out of the norm as it is right now, but it's just like, man, I just remember when I was younger, I used to be in this kind of position, so it's kind of humbling to kind of get back into that, kind of that status of being like a role model type person. And I feel pretty good about it now. Now, if this was me like a couple years ago, I'd be like, shit, I don't care about these people. Why do I gotta talk to them? But I'm kind of slipping back to the old me, where I'm becoming more social. I've been working on that. I've been kind of a private life kind of person, so I've been working on that, and this has kind of been helping me out. Just talk. People asking me, when I'm between sets or something like that, resting between sets, asking questions, blah blah blah. That typical stuff. So I'm talking a lot more. So quality of life has started to improve for me just a tad bit, just a tad bit. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Um, so yeah, that's just the biggest thing for me is that bodybuilding opened, or my participation in bodybuilding opened a lot of doors. It opened a lot of networks to other people, and I've met a lot of cool new people along the way, and it's definitely something that I don't want to take back now. I don't want to take back, even though I will say all the previous years would be like, man, I wish I wasn't so lazy, but whatever. It's just me. So yeah, that wasn't really a good year in review, right? I didn't really do much. No super vacations, no um, awesome events that happened. It's just really I sat down for myself and took the time to plan my foods, plan my training, plan ahead of time of what's going to happen, or like what am I going to do in the next couple months. Where will everything progress? I really sat down and started to make decisions for myself, and I haven't regretted every step of the way, up until this point, except for maybe the fact that I did intermittent fasting at one point. But that's something different. That's something different. But I'm glad to have um decided to step into bodybuilding, stick with it, and even now stick with it into 2014 to see what would a better improved Ray, after experiencing his first bodybuilding show, how will that Ray look like in 2014? I'm curious, and I'm sure a lot of friends are curious as well. So yeah, that is the worst year in review of myself. But then again, I am a boring person. I would talk about the video game stuff. I did a lot of video games, but that's boring. That's boring. We'll say that for next year. Okay, so yeah, so that's everything I want to talk about. But next year though, bodybuilding show, that's gonna be exciting. I'm turning a year older. I'm gonna be 30. It's gonna suck. I do want to do a lot of new things next year, and as far as well, quality of life for Ray, and um, maybe some video game stuff. Like I actually want to start doing live streaming because Reaper of Souls expansion for Diablo 3 is gonna be coming out in March. So I actually want to get on the ball on that. So we'll kind of see where that takes off, or any other new games that are coming up. So yeah, I want to start doing some live stream video game footage for next year. So let's see if I can get that down. Well, other than that, um, New Year's resolution for 2014 is, well, not really a resolution. It's just I'm looking forward to improving upon myself, take myself take myself another level up, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. So, bye, peace.